Regarding Wanzo's article, Black Love is Not a Fairy Tale, Gina Prince Bythewood's Love and Basketball provides an interesting contrast to Barry Jenkins' If Beale Street Could Talk. The movies are very different, but the article can still be applied to both. The characters in Prince Bythewood's films are more privileged, but they suffer the same moral dilemmas required when building a relationship. The romance is sweet and feels genuine while taking its time to develop. We witness the trials of going through hard times, through breakup and rejection, only to see that deep down the characters really do love each other. It also tackles feminism in a very straightforward way.
I've loved you since I was 11. This shit won't go away.
We haven't talked since college.
I'll play you.
What?
One game, one-on-one.
For what?
Your heart.
The ending may be a little too clean-cut for Wanzo, as he states that fantasies in which black people are protagonists are always vulnerable to claims of racism. In other words, the history of black representation is so overrun with negative stereotypes it can be difficult to produce a narrative that does not gesture to some racist history. The film misused this representation, and the result is as real as any relationship outside of the silver screen. Betancourt's A Queer Cinema claims that queer cinema is intersectional. Its politics force audiences to see how oppression operates in competing and complementary ways. This is on full display in Greg Araki's The Living End. The two main characters are both gay and HIV positive and decide to embark on a road trip with a devil-may-care attitude. Much like Marina and Sebastian Leo's A Fantastic Woman, the oppression they face is harsh and unwarranted. They just want to be happy and live their lives. But unlike the protagonists in Lielo's film, Araki's heroes decide to go on a journey to lash out against the system. Surprisingly, the film is not as nihilistic as it sounds, even offering glimpses of humor and hope, although it doesn't shy away from anger either. Finally, Nichayevsky's and Sturdivant's Introduction to Hysterical Women in American Comedy states that the concept of pretty versus funny springs from the biases of popular culture, which tends to divide women in comedy into the pretty ones, actresses with good comic timing who get cast in romantic comedies, and the funny ones, comedians who write and perform their own work but aren't considered attractive enough to be leading ladies.
Remember my 17th birthday party when you lifted your skirt up in front of all those
I
people,
did not lift
including
my
that guy
skirt.
Michael?
It twirled up! You only remember the bad stuff, don't you? What about the big band that I got to play at that party? Do you remember that? No! You only remember that my skirt accidentally twirled up!
And you weren't wearing any underwear.
Well,
Mike Nichols' Postcards from the Edge really takes Carrie Fisher's writing and elevates it to a cinematic level. Both Streep and McClane could have taken the material several ways, but they're both very funny yet grounded. It doesn't cover the topics in a way that Hannah Gadsby does, but it does address a broad spectrum of relationships and substance abuse, offering a unique take on funny women in film.
good times and bum times, I've seen them all in my day.